skills we look for from a center are several. He does not have to be the tallest person on the court, but he does have to have the biggest heart. He needs to be physically strong and aggressive. Offensively, he needs to be able to play with his back to the basket. He needs several strong moves and a couple of what he would call go-to moves.
Skill areas, shooting. Post moves. Good defensive leader. You can develop this in pickup games. You just have to take pride in what you do. You have to get in the habit of talking on defense, of contesting people on defense, and that's a physical and a mental habit just like anything else. This is a critical one for centers. Typically, centers tend to have the worst hands on the team. So you have to work on your hands, right, Etch?
Yes.
Does that insult you?
No.
No. There are things you can do to work on your hands. Go to a sporting goods store, buy a pair of hand grips. Start strengthening your hands. If you're watching TV or playing on the internet, get a basketball in your hand or some silly putty. Start doing things that matter. Do ball handling drills that involve just your hands and not moving your feet so much. Start doing a lot of those. Get against a wall. Here's a wall. Just start on a spot, 10 feet from the wall. Start just pounding that thing into the wall. Boom, boom. Make it come back to you hard. Learn to catch the ball. Does that make sense to you? This is the responsibility of centers. They need to do these things. You need to increase your physical strength and your speed. And I would say it would be very helpful to work on your lateral quickness, especially on defense, wouldn't you? Since you're going to contest left to right, right to left, depending on who's coming down the lane.
The off-season responsibilities of a center are to make sure that you improve your strength, your hands, your conditioning, as well as your low post skills, your passing skills, your ball handling skills, and your shooting skills.
In-season preparation, post work, shooting, I think they go hand in hand. Most of your shots are going to be in the post, so that's where you're working on your post moves anyway. There are certain things you need to improve on, areas that we've talked about. Visualization or mental mechanics. Maintaining strength and muscle tone during the basketball season has become a vitally important issue in today's game. Consult a strength training coach or your basketball coach to find out the best ways and methods for maintaining your strength, your quickness, your muscle tone, and your endurance. Programs should be used 2 and no more than 3 days a week for in-season strength and conditioning. Off-season, you want to always work on your shooting and your post moves. You notice I reverse that from in-season because your post work are a lot of what your shooting is going to be. But now, extend your range, work on increasing your shooting percentages. You need to increase your athletic skills. Speed, strength, hands, It's a great time to go and do those kind of things. If you're a center, you should never be sitting and watching TV without doing something to increase your hand and your arm strength, your ability to catch the ball. And then ask your coach, what's your biggest weakness? Ask him what he needs you to do within the context of how you're going to play in the offense or the defense. Coach, you have any drills? What's a good drill to work on this? What's a good resource to get on this? Is there a video about this? Is there a specific book? Go to the bookstore. Get on the internet, look for basketball videos for low post players. In closing, I'd like to emphasize a couple of things. Every player, for every position, in order to be a complete player, really has to develop 3 specific areas in their training and in their practice. Number 1 is their skill development. How well they shoot, what scoring moves they have, how well they defend, how well they rebound. That's 1/3 of the pie. Number 2 is their athleticism. You have to get stronger, you have to get bigger, you have to get quicker, you have to get faster. And you must take the time to develop these areas during the off season. Number 3 is to compete. You must go out and compete on a daily basis. We're not talking about going to the local health club or parks and recreation, playing pickup ball with guys that are below your level of playing competition. We're talking about getting out, playing one-on-one every day, learning from losing, becoming a better player, learning how to compete. We're also talking about 3, maybe 4 days a week going and playing against players at or above your level of competition so that you improve. These 3 areas will make you a very complete basketball player. For the center, final things for you to think about. Things that are critically important for your success and to play your position well. Number 1, seal the deal. No matter what happens with the rebound, seal your opponent first. Create space between you and the rim, and that will give you greater opportunities to have defensive and offensive rebounds and to help your team. Number 2, in practice, set the pace, set the tone, set the tempo, set the intensity level. You're not going to be first in sprints all the time, realistically, because guards tend to be a little faster, but you need to try to be first in sprints every time. You need to up the level and the pace and the intensity in your practices for your teams. Number 3, if you're serious about wanting to be a player and not just a body on the floor to fill space, you have to develop low post moves. This is going to involve footwork, choreography, movement that you can do over and over and over again without thinking about. Drop steps, power putbacks, hook shots, fadeaway moves, mid-range jump shots. If you're not practicing a minimum of 5 different offensive moves or shots every day, you're not really serious about being a dominant center in the game of basketball. 4th, you need to get in the weight room. If you don't have access to a weight room, find a way to work out. Do push-ups. There's all kinds of push-ups you can do. Do tricep push-ups, do sit-ups, and develop your abdominal core strength, which will increase your body strength overall. Run stairs. Do things that will make you a stronger and a bigger player and provide you with more endurance.